how do you get a beef stir fry as glossy and luscious and tender as this? Well, I have the answers, my friends. Keep watching, you'll find out soon enough. This is my beef, mushroom and ginger stir fry. All right, so the secret to making an epic beef stir fry without those awful, hard, dry strips of beef, which it's just a tragedy. It doesn't need to happen, and I've got some really simple pantry ingredients that are gonna fix that right up. But first off, let's talk about the beef. I am using some ribeye. Any sort of tender cut of beef is good. Strip loin, rump is great as well. Now, what I want here are some really thin strips. And this is quite a large hunk of beef. So I'm gonna cut through lengthways first, and then I want those thin strips I was talking about. Now, the reason why I'm being so pedantic about the size of the strips is that the thinner and smaller you can make your beef strips, one, the further it'll go, a little more economical, and two, it'll absorb that marinade a lot quicker and get really super flavorful and tasty. And also because of my extra tenderizing ingredients, it will get tender a lot quicker. So, method to the madness, of course. And now here come our little secret ingredients. Good old baking soda. So baking soda mixed with our beef is going to give us that really beautiful, soft, tender texture. And now the second good old pantry ingredient that's going to make all the difference here is corn flour or cornstarch, depending on where you are in the world. Now this not only helps to thicken up the sauce, but it kind of helps with a little bit of a coating around the outside of each piece of beef, makes it glossy and soft and kind of luscious. I know, simple things, right? Okay, now I also want some soy sauce here that is just purely for flavor. Now you just want to give that a really good mix. Okay, and that doesn't need long to work its magic, just a little while I prep the rest of our stir fry ingredients. Stir fry sauce first, and this one is a really basic stir fry sauce that I use for lots of different recipes. I like the balance of the salty and the sweet and the tangy, and you'll see what I mean, it all comes together. But again, really simple pantry ingredients: some oyster sauce and some soy sauce, and then some white vinegar. Just this little dash of vinegar really makes a difference with, kind of lightening up, making things a bit tangy in the sauce. And some dark sweet soy sauce. This is mainly for a bit of color. I like that it gives a really deep, dark kind of hue to the entire stir fry. And then a little dash of sugar just to balance out all those big salty flavors. Okay, so now we want a whole bunch of aromatics, and for me, like the holy trinity of stir fry aromatics is ginger, onion, and garlic. So with my ginger, I want some really nice fine strips. So you just want to take the skin off that first of all. All right, now we want some onion as well. And some garlic as well. All right, so we have our beautiful aromatics. We have our beautiful beef, which is going to be nice and lush and tender. So I don't like to have too many things kind of like competing in a stir fry. I feel like the more minimal it is, the more elegant it is, the more all the bits and pieces are really the star of the show. So I'm just going to choose one more thing to put in my stir fry, and that is a whole bunch of mushrooms. You could choose capsicum, you could choose broccoli, but I just think keep it simple. And that's also less work to do because less things to prepare. So mushrooms, I want these fairly chunky, like in halves or quarters. These are just Swiss browns, but button mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms would be great. All right, so now we are ready to get everything stir frying, and I know that was a lot of talking and chatting and prepping and slicing, but it is the most important thing to get everything done before you stir fry, because the stir frying bit should happen really quickly. That is also going to help us to get a really tender beef stir fry. So first off, I want a hot pan, the largest pan you've got. Doesn't have to be a wok, but does need to be large. And then you want some oil in there as well. And now we want our beautiful aromatics, the garlic, the onion, and the ginger. And just when those ingredients are fragrant, don't let that garlic burn, you want to put in your beef. So just get that straight in there. And then, as with any stir fry, when you're adding the protein, you want to spread it all out in that pan. And that's why I was talking about having a large pan, because The more meat we can get in contact with that hot pan rather than it all piling up and stewing, the better it will be. We'll get more color, we'll get more tender beef. Oh, that is smelling so good already. Look at the color on that beef. I mean, we're just getting that really nice, those really nice deep dark edges. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna add in my mushrooms. Just toss those around. And then pour in that stir fry sauce. All right, so just check out that glass and I mean, that just looks so beautiful and shiny, and the smell with the ginger and the garlic, amazing. And we are good to go. You know, sometimes just simple things and they look so beautiful. Get really excited about this. Okay, let's pile it up onto a plate. And then don't leave any of that sauce behind in the pan. You definitely want a good drizzle of that on top. And there you go, guys, a beautiful beef stir fry, super tender, super tasty. Well, let me just see. Why don't I just try it and make sure. That beef literally just melts. I mean, you know, you just take a couple of pantry ingredients and make things instantly better. And the ginger in that, and the garlic, and then let's try one of these mushrooms. The mushrooms kind of enhance the beefiness of the entire thing. That is just pure joy, my friends, pure joy.